Joining us now is the Lieutenant Governor of Minnesota, Peggy Flanagan. Lieutenant Governor, thank you so much for joining us. First, just want to get your reaction seeing those videos of what happened 24 hours later.
I'd just like to start by just sharing my deepest condolences and sympathies to Renee Good's family. It's just horrific, and Minnesotans are completely heartbroken, angered by these images. And just to be clear, right, we all saw with our own eyeballs, right, from multiple angles, footage of this incident. And, I think what Donald Trump and Kristi Noem are trying to open up in this moment and trying to disparage, right, the memory of Miss Good is it's despicable.
And as you just said, we have seen those reactions from President Trump, Vice President Vance, among others, to yesterday's shooting. They claim that Renee Good tried to run the agent over. Vice President Vance even called it a tragedy of her own making. Your reaction to their claims?
I mean, my reaction is just, it's disgusting, right? And hearing J.D. Vance earlier today, talking about the fact that ICE agents have absolute immunity. That's just, it's completely false. And so, this is up to the American people, right, to look at this footage, to see with their own eyes, what happened. And, the Trump administration is lying, and we need to call it out. ICE agents in our communities are making us so much less safe, and we have to speak out and tell the truth.
And what are your thoughts that your state's investigators have, at this point, at least been left out of the investigation into yesterday's shooting? We know that Governor Walz said earlier that the state must be involved, and it felt like it was going to be very difficult that there would be a fair outcome.
I mean, I echo, right, those comments from Governor Walz, right? Minnesotans and frankly, the American people deserve, right, a fair investigation to ensure transparency. And that includes making sure that state officials are engaged and involved, right? The FBI should absolutely be working with the Minnesota Bureau of Criminal Apprehension. This is, what Minnesotans deserve, what Americans deserve, and frankly, what the family of, Renee Good deserves in this moment.
Protests have broken out since this happened, as you know. What's your message for those protesters or anyone else who's outraged about what happened?
Absolutely. I mean, I absolutely understand that people are angry and heartbroken. And what we saw last night was thousands of people take to the street in vigil of remembrance and peacefully protesting. And so my message is that nonviolent resistance is one of the most important tools in our toolbox, and don't give Donald Trump a reason, right? We have to make sure that we are keeping each other safe, because what we've seen from these ICE agents is, they continue to move in ways that puts our entire community at risk. So conduct yourself appropriately, stay safe, continue to speak out, because what we're seeing is completely unacceptable, and we deserve to have our voices be heard. But please protect yourself and your fellow community members, and do so safely. Have
you been in touch with Renee Good's family since this happened?
I have not. I went down to the site this morning and put down some flowers. There were a group of folks there, and just hugged complete strangers, because we're all leaning on each other right now as Minnesotans. We have endured incredible heartaches here in Minnesota, but we know how to take care of each other. And so that's what I saw on the ground. That's what I continue to see as people are protesting peacefully in the streets and really demanding transparency and justice for Renee Good. And it is time for ICE to get out of Minnesota, to stay open from our schools, and to just leave us alone. This is enough.
Lieutenant Governor of Minnesota, Peggy Flanagan, we thank you so much for your time. Really appreciate it.
Thank you so much.